Hello everyone, welcome back for some more thrift store finds. Went to the bins again, in case you've missed it. The past couple of weeks I've had a lot of great finds if you like this kind of stuff. And I just put up my review of Astrobot for the PS5, great, and inspired me to do a video on my top 15 platformers of all time. So all kinds of stuff. Actually, I've been having a lot of videos come out the past few weeks. This morning, starting off with a big stack of DVDs and stuff, lots of kids books. Again, good variety. Starting with two random video games, nothing like mind-blowing, but hey, they were sealed, so, and video games, let's go for it. For the Nintendo Wii, we have, I don't know what this kid show is, some Nickelodeon show that is way past my generation, and this World of Zoo, which also includes a free Swinging Safari DVD. A Matrix triple feature, the trilogy, along with Silver Linings Playbook on Blu-ray. One Superbit Deluxe. Too bad it's not one that I'm interested in, because otherwise I'd be keeping it, because Superbit is really, really cool. But we have Mel Gibson's The Patriot. It's still really cool to see, especially because it's one of the ones that has the slipcover. So that's just fun. And I've actually never seen The Patriot. Again, it's not really something that appeals to me, but it's on Superbit. Maybe I'll give it a watch, just give me a reason to watch a movie I've never seen before. I'm always looking for new stuff to check out. This was a great find. Deliverance, the old snapper case, because I just sold, like this week, this exact version, so that's always good when I sell something to find the exact same thing just to replace it. This was pretty cool. It's a season of a show I normally would not pick up because it's just not going to be a good seller, but season 1 of Mad Men on DVD, and I grabbed it because I love when there is creative packaging, which now is not as much of a thing unless it's some crazy expensive collector's edition, but this is just a general release of season 1 of Mad Men on DVD, but it's like a lighter. It has the detail and everything. It opens up with the discs inside and the manual and everything, and that's a really cool design, and it's a little more sellable, sought after than just a regular season DVD release, and it's just fun to see this kind of stuff. Then we have The West Wing, season 5, Mrs. Miniver, the Snapcase edition, The Bishop's Wife with Cary Grant, We Bought a Zoo, While You Were Sleeping, The Great Muppet Caper. This is a really cool cover. There's a lot of different covers for this movie. This is one of the cooler ones I've seen with them popping out the newspaper, the older style. I like that cover for that one. Beverly Hills Cop, Hangover Part 2, Billy Madison, The Bob Cummings Show, one volume of that, White Chicks, a James Stewart collection. This is pretty cool. As the box set that includes Made for Each Other and A Pot of Gold, as well as James Stewart on Film, a documentary, so that's kind of a nice little set. Then we have Kitty Hawk, The Wright Brothers' Journey of Invention, as a collector's 2-disc set about the Wright brothers. It's pretty fascinating. Denzel Washington, Out of Time. The 25 film John Wayne Tribute Collection, which was sealed, so I was going to grab that. Paul Newman, Nobody's Fool. Teresa, Ordinary Girl, Extraordinary Soul. This is endorsed by the Vatican. Oh my. So that, and then another stack with some classic TV. A bunch of sealed DVDs, all related to Johnny Carson. They were all kind of together in a plastic bag, so someone had donated them all together like that. This is a pretty nice set, the 7-hour 3-disc set, The Tonight Show, The Ultimate Collection, volumes 1 through 3, and if sealed, that's really good. Then Johnny Carson, King of Late Night, the PBS documentary. The Best of The Tonight Show, Stand-Up Comedians. This is pretty interesting. This has Jerry Seinfeld, Rodney Dangerfield, George Carlin, Gary Shandling, Roseanne, Drew Carey, Louis Anderson, Stephen Wright, Rita Rudner, and Gallagher. A lot of great classic stand-ups, so that's kind of a cool collection. And Best of The Tonight Show, King of Late Night, as well as, this is a disc that I've actually watched before, it's pretty funny. We have The Golden Age of Comedy, nice little collection, and then some of the Carol Burnett Show. This one is the Lost Episodes collection, the collector's box set that included the bonus features disc as well. This set here, which is pretty cool. It's actually a multi-disc thing, and I've run into this a couple of times before, the Lost Episodes, but usually it's missing this, so that was fun to see. Then we have The Sentinel, City Slickers, Fiddler on the Roof, The Bucket List, The Rundown, Waitress, Stand By Me, Titanic, A Raisin in the Sun, another good classic movie. Then we have Maximilian, Saint of Auschwitz, another one that has the endorsed by the Vatican on there. Interesting. Tears of the Sun, In America, Always. The Killing, which this is curious because this is a Stanley Kubrick movie that I have never seen, so I might want to put this in my watch pile before it goes anywhere. It seems pretty interesting. One that's just kind of never happened by. The Apartment, another classic, lots of good stuff. Steel Magnolias, it's pretty good movies and TV stuff, or if you like kind of classic stuff the way I do. The Encounter, The Aviator, a bizarre comedy pairing. We have Out to Sea and Unfaithfully Yours, which seem kind of, they don't really, in my mind, work together as a pairing. Just ones they have the rights to. Alaska Far Away, The New Deal Pioneers, interesting documentary, it looks like. The Pianist, The Grumpy Old Men double feature, The Scarlet and the Black, Gregory Peck film. And we have Appointment for a Killing, Forget Paris, Raging Bull, Absolute Power with Clint Eastwood, Amazing Love, Robert Pattinson in How to Be, Under the Tuscan Sun, the collector's edition of Footloose, Walking Tall, the rock version of that, This Christmas, The Proposal, Funny People, A Year in Italy, 2-disc look at Italy. And then getting to the books, starting off with a nice little stack of the little golden books. I always like to grab these. I have a bunch still that I haven't listed because I wait until I have a bunch that kind of work together. This time was a bit of a variety of newer and classic ones. I like the classic ones more, and they do better, but it's always good to get a few newer ones as well. We have Barney, The Best Christmas Ever, Doctor Strange, Barney Sharing is Caring, The Christmas Story, one of the old staples, some Paw Patrol, Grumpy Cat, Spidey and His Amazing Friends, I'm a T-Rex, Marvel's Hawkeye, The Animals of Farmer Jones, Santa's Surprise Book, the older version of The Lady and the Tramp, Disney, Toodle, one of the Critters, This Is My Body, and Peter Cottontail is on His Way. So that was a good little stack of those. I was happy to find those, and continuing on with a few more kids' books and some other stuff. A nice stack of Junie B. Jones, another one of those that are good to lot up. Then we have The Haunted, one of the Magic Treehouse, Pussyfoot, interesting name, A Midnight Louie Mystery, released by Tor, which is interesting. Tor, not really known for the mysteries as much as the science fiction and fantasy. And some more kids stuff with the monster at the end of this book, an old Sesame Street one, The Wuzzles, DuckTales, some good vintage Disney, The Island of Misfit Toys, and a nice little stack of Berenstain Bears, always good to find those. The Magic School Bus, Going Batty. This is actually pretty cool. I flipped through this and some really interesting artwork. We have the Book of Giants. This is actually pretty cool. It's probably one, it's from the 70s. This is one I would have liked as a kid if I had that, but that was a fun find. And then one of the editions of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. The covers and things are not as cool in this box set as the editions that I grew up with, but it's still a pretty nice little set, especially for this time of year for kids. One cookbook, we have Zap It! Adventures in Microwave Cooking, with a pretty interesting cover. There's been actually surprisingly a lot of different editions of this over the years. Interesting, but find a good vintage one, some interesting, that's kind of a fun one. One Goosebumps randomly, but hey, at least it's like actual, like original Goosebumps. It's not a reprint, there's Monster Blood 2. It's not one of the newer ones, it's actual like my childhood Goosebumps. And the last thing is an older version of The Hobbit 76, so not like super old and collectible, but still fun, and an older one is always nice to find. So that was it for today, and I'll see you guys around hopefully soon with some more thrift store finds. Again, if you haven't caught up, there's a ton, if you like this kind of stuff, videos in the past couple weeks. I've been finding a lot of really good stuff, and I've been adding a few things to my watch list that I gotta get watching, but I was busy playing Astro, so check out that review if you haven't had a chance to yet, and I'll see you around.